to the world, no heroes and villains. Welcome to the war, we've only begun. So pick up your weapon and face it. There's blood on the ground, go and take it. You get one shot to make it out alive. So higher and higher you chase it. It's deep in your bones, go and take it. This is your moment, now is your time. So prove yourself and rise, rise. Make them remember you. Rise, push through heaven. Rise, rise. They will remember you. Rise. Welcome to the climb up, reach for the summit. Visions brave and one false step lead the end. So higher and higher you chase it. It's deep in your blood, go and take it. This is your moment. Take to the skies, go. Prove yourself and rise, rise. Make them remember you. Rise, push through heaven. Rise, rise. They will remember you. It is you fight among the dead beneath the dirt. What do you know yet? What do you want it? And when the giants call to ask you what you're worth, do you know yet? Win or die. Prove yourself and rise, rise. Make them remember you. Push through heaven. Rise, rise. They will remember you. Prove yourself and rise, rise. Pick up your weapon and face it. Rise. It's deep in your blood, go and take it. You can chase it. Rise, rise.
Welcome everyone back to another week of the Rekt League. This is week 4 of our 7-week long regular season, and do we have a sick lineup of games for you tonight. I'm Riding ZFT Mountain, and I'm joined by Air Drake's airbending master marksman himself, Icically. Hit him with a greeting. Currently he's looking like he's trying to fix up a little of the game right now, but he'll be doing that in just a moment. Do we have an opening game for you today, though? Infernal Drake sitting at a powerful 3-1 versus the Juggernaut in the River. The undefeated 6-0 Scuttle Crab. So once we get started here, we're getting a little things ironed out. We're going to get started with what's going on today. And we're going to get talking a little bit about it. So first things first, right? There we go. Hear you now.
Oh yeah, what's up?
Icicly's up. Hit him with the greeting.
That's totally my bad. What's up, guys? I'm here. I'm ready. Infernal Scuttle Crab. This is gonna be sick.
Absolutely. And so the first thing we got is we got to talk a little about, just for a minute, I wanted to show you the matchup of what's going on for the teams. For the Infernal Drake, we have in the top lane, Toxic Vezin holding it down. At jungle, we have Sable. In the mid lane, we got Bill Kitches with guns blazing. In the bot lane, Coolio GG himself. And supporting the squad, we got Tim Berlin. My goodness, it's a good startup. Now, what do we got for Scuttle?
On the Scuttle side of things, we got Skyrockets in the top lane. Endo L, formerly known as Endo in the jungle. Aether Fox mid lane. The Ari God himself. Darth Ted in the bot lane. And JSF pulling up support.
Hell yeah. So without further ado, we want to get it pumped up on this game. Get it started as soon as possible so we can show you this hard-hitting action for one of the most hyped matches in the Rekt League this week. So we're going to get started just on that. I cannot wait to see how these matches are going to go. The lanes are going to be disgusting. Who are you thinking? Who are you looking at first? Which lane matchup are we looking at?
I think the most important lane matchup here has got to be top lane. I feel like everything else is kind of pretty even, but it just has that Scuttle Crab dominance of Skyrockets, and I mean it's going to be interesting. The whole map's going to be interesting, but that's the one I'm looking at.
And then I just can't wait to see the bottom lane. We've seen the Scuttle Crab bottom lane just dominate so hard. I really want to see how this goes. But we're into Champion Select with the first Malzahar ban coming straight out. Been that way, it feels like, since Season 1.
Yeah, no, for real. That character took over the league in Season 1, has been continuing to do so. Season 2 through 3.
And it looks like immediately we see Infernal targeting the mid laner Aether Fox, taking away his Syndra right off the bat. Putting him on that Ahri.
I think it also has to do a lot with what Dynamic wants to run. He's probably aiming for that brand pick again that we saw against Air and that we saw was actually banned in the Infernal Sentinel games. So I think he's probably trying to get back on that. And a Mouse is probably pretty reasonable into brand, I imagine.
Now, taking away the Shen that I'm assuming from Toxic Vezin, and the respect ban for Skyrockets Mundo, which is just... Skyrockets has been playing like a god these past few weeks. Just insanely performing in every aspect of the game. Taking over the game with kills, taking over the game with like CSing, getting that money. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, I said that backward. Excuse, like the Dynamic Killer is looking for the brand, so they're taking out the Cinder, which probably does really well against brand. I don't actually know if that matchup is good, but I imagine it's Caitlyn, Ben coming out against Darth Ted. We just see that instant Graves lock going straight for Endo, taking that away from Sable.
Yeah, they just trying to take care of that as soon as possible, and it's smart. It really is. Taking Caitlyn from Darth Ted, you really don't want that pressuring lane. It's just too much. Okay, so it looks like we got a safe pick going on here for off the bat with Malphite in the top lane. I'm assuming that's a top lane pick, unless they throw some sneakiness at us. But very safe top lane, looking to just do some parity in the top, giving him a little bit of control, a little bit of tank support action in the top.
Yeah, and it's a really good pick for Toxic because no matter how you do in lane, Malphite always can come out of lane and just hit R on the carries and do really well.
And that's so true. And we see the vibe being picked up. I'm assuming for going to be Sable. That is a very impactful early game jungler. Can come out of nowhere, do plenty of damage, and really start snowballing specific lanes that he wants to win. So I'm interested to see what they do here.
It's a heavy damage with a high gank potential, so it's essentially just really high tempo, which is what Sable is going to need to get his team off the ground in this game.
Exactly. Vi is also the Roman numeral for 6, which is exactly how many wins Scuttle Crab has, and I think they want to keep him right there. It's a little bit of mojo trying to lock him in place at 6 wins. This is what I think is going down. But we do see Skyrocket's famous Garen once again getting through the ban phase. What do you think about that?
Yeah, people need to start banning this. This shit's ridiculous. Nothing can even beat Garen. You can't do it. Nothing beats it.
He just slowly but surely builds up steam. He's like a powerful locomotive that you can't stop. But this locomotive has a big ass sword, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he'll help down you. There's the brand. That's a good band, taking that away from Dynamic Killer. I'd really like to see Coolio on this Lucian. I think that's going to pressure Darth Ted and JSF significantly. So that's a really good pick there. Really good bands coming out. I'm digging this so far. This is everything I wanted it to be.
Yeah, absolutely. This is really going the way that I want to see. We see the Lucian coming out for Coolio GG, his signature champion that is just been doing so well. Him getting nearly perfect CS, one of the highest CS per game in the league, was over 9 last time I saw, which is incredibly high. 9 per 10 minutes or whatever it was, right? 9 per minute.
Yeah, 9. Yeah, 9 a min. No, wait, is it really? Wait, 9 a min? That's ridiculous. No, that's okay.
Yeah, because
No,
like 10, 10 at, 100
yeah,
at 10 minutes feels good.
Yeah, feels good.
All right, so we see the Cassin taking away things from Dynamic Killer, not to have too much of an impact in the mid lane. We see Fizz on the Ahri, so we're taking away both of Aether Fox's comfort champions. What's he gonna do?
Ooh, is that the Kaisa? Kaisa is so good right now. And
Oh,
oh,
do it, dude! I want to see it. I love Misfortune. I would just pay for a game of Misfortune right now. It's one of my favorite champions. Oh, it's just teasing me. Come on. Just like Misfortune probably would, teasing me.
Yeah, gonna put Aether Fox on the Galio. That's a really good pick.
Yeah, for sure.
It's actually a good pick for their jungler, because their jungler loves to go for the invades, and Galio is just really good at being able to back that up.
Absolutely.
Now they're gonna round it out with the MF.
And I think that's fine. They have a little bit of ways to lock them up. Nothing too hardcore. They have the Galio ultimate could potentially cause a lot of damage. Morgana potentially. Unfortunately for Morgana ult, she likes to move around so they can spread out and not really get super locked down. But so not huge wombo potential, but still really good team comp. And we see the final pick, the Orianna for Dynamic Killer. I've not seen this, but what do you think about it?
I think it's gonna be good. I think he's gonna Orianna Vi, Orianna Malphite. That's some ball delivery right there. They picked a bunch of ball delivery, and now they just have to deliver the ball.
All according to plan. We're going to see who's going to go in. And of course, the Malphite ball delivery, Vi ball delivery, both good choices. Even Coolio GG and his Lucian play, I can definitely see him dashing in there and just causing havoc. Wouldn't be outside the realm of possibility. So tell me, which matchup are you most interested in, given what we see here?
Yeah, given what we see here, I'm so ready for this this bot lane. This is going to be a sick bot lane. And I'm really curious to see where the jungle pressure is going to go and how well the Orianna will be able to prevent the Galio round.
Yeah, I'm again very interested to see. I'm interested in the mid lane matchup because Orianna has great parity versus champions like Galio. And I just want to see how it's going to go and how comfortable Aether Fox is going to look with the setup that we have here. All right, so we're moving in. I'm also looking at the Lucian Nami lane versus the Misfortune Morgana. What do you think is going to go on in that lane, given your marksman skill and knowledge?
Yeah, so it's a favorable lane for MF Morgana unless the jungler can come down. Basically, I mean, Coolio is just ridiculous at Lucian, so he could totally make me eat my words here. But there's nothing that can really break the Morgana shield, so they're basically just going to have to play around. Whoever the shield goes on, you have to bubble somewhere else. But JSF is good enough where he's going to be able to bubble or shield in response to the bubble or response to incoming CC. So it's a really safe pick. I mean, even if I comes down, there's not too much that's going to prevent Misfortune from just walking away.
Absolutely. So it's going to be interesting. And the Graves versus the Vi in the jungle. I know Graves is he's just so sick in the jungle.
Yeah, we've seen Endo pick Graves before, but I don't remember how that game went. I don't remember if he ever got to the Graves point of Graves returns where you just can 1v1 everybody on the map. I don't actually know if he ever got there, so I don't know if he can play it when he gets there. I know Sable can, so it was still a really good pick to take that away if you weren't already going to ban it.
Well, I have to say, watching I got to play in that game versus Endo, and he definitely was able to pressure the map really well. I don't think he had the 1v1 potential, but he was able to take away jungle camps. He was able to move around and be where he needed to be in order to counter gank and turn things around. So I think his knowledge of where to be is gonna be very helpful on that Graves pick. But I'm interested to see what happens when he runs into Vi in the jungle and who responds first.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens, and it'll be cool because Graves it seems like such a good pick for Endo because of how his lanes do. Typically all of his lanes win, right? So he doesn't necessarily need to save any lane. So just out of the gates, he's just going to be like looking to pressure the jungle and try to set Sable back.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting. And then we have the Garen Malphite. Not exactly a high kill potential match, but I mean it's Garen, so anything's possible.
Yeah, I actually think Malphite might do kind of okay. Hopefully he'll be able to get the farm. Hopefully Garen, Skyrockets doesn't get a freeze going. That's like pretty unbreakable for Malphite. And as long as that shit doesn't happen, I think it could be okay. I mean, Garen kind of just gets poked a lot by the tire, right? And
Yeah.
we'll see. I don't know. I don't really know how that lane's gonna go. Usually, when you think Malphite, you're like, well, you can just pick this into any AD top laner and do really well, right? So, but then when you think Garen, you also think, well, you can pick this into any top laner and do really well.
That's so true. And I have to say what's going on in chat. D-Fox talking about that they let Skyrockets get Garen. Frowny face, like, you know, that's not good. But Cop loves the Ori Malf combo, so we're just gonna have to see how it pans out this game. So then they're loading up right now. Spectator client about to be ready to go. Gonna be throwing it on over in just a second here. But very pumped to see exactly how these teams are gonna go at it. And what's gonna do first. So what do you think we're gonna see from the level 1s?
Yeah, is there going to be any cheese? Is there going to be a super cheese? I mean, they have Morgana binding. They have Nami bubble. There could be cheese.
That's true. That's true. That's the thing. But like, do you make Morgana go Black Shield like level 1? Like, does she accidentally like walk into Nami bubble? Gotta quick select that. Or are they gonna try to be aggressive? I mean, you see Morgana. You see like Graves is okay like level 1s. You could see we've seen Shadow of Old totally I believe it was Shadow of Old last season that totally ruined. I think it was versus Team Gromp, that level 1 that got the 5-man.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, that was so funny. Yeah, the 5-man Galio.
Oh god.
That does not happen very often, but that was game breaking right there. So.
Yeah, it's so true. My favorite thing is to talk about the skins. We got 3 skins on Scuttle Crab, which is I just, you know, the skins are what I'm all about. Just show me the good stuff. I want to see it. But here we go, fading into week 4, game 1. Scuttle Crab on blue versus Infernal on red. Let's see how it's gonna go. See some pings coming out for a little bit of cheesy action.
Yeah, Scuttle Crab looks like they're gonna sprint down mid lane right here and just go right into that side bush.
Oh, we gonna see it. Here we go. Infernal having their own source though, looking like they're coming right into the river.
We do have a binding take on Morgana already, so...
Ooh, starting off with the Intelligent Ward. Oh. Not going to see him. I think they're going to get away. Oh. JSF hunting him down.
He can land this. But he's not going to try!
He's just going to walk away. But there's plenty of wards going on. They got the...
What is going on? Aether Fox throwing down his ward and then just TPing to it right next to the ward.
Oh,
that was a mistake.
My bad. A little bit of fat fingers there. A little bit of not feeling it. A little bit of oopsie daisies.
Yeah, maybe they're just really feeling the pressure right now. Maybe they're feeling the heat from Infernal right now.
I think so, or maybe Scuttle Crab is like, listen, we're 6-0. We don't need teleport in the early games.
We don't
Put it
need
on
to
cooldown.
teleport to start the game up.
Easy stuff.
We don't need it.
So other than that, we just see the initial start going in. Feeling the early, just getting a little bit of poke. I'm interested to see which lanes start doing it. Aether Fox getting some early poke on Dynamic Killer, and that's looking pretty nice. Looking nice for the big bird. So in that here we have a little bit of just the standard cues coming out from Malphite, just looking to do a little bit of popping the stone plate for not the stone plate, the initial resolve tree buff, just to not let Garen get that all in potential going in. Toxic Vezin look for a little bit of punch action. We see some good poke going on the bot lane though. Coolio GG brought to half already.
Very good binding there. Ooh. What is going on here? What is in this jungle right now?
Endo is like, nope. Nice try, Vi. You don't get to have this stuff for free. I'm just going straight in with my red buff right to blue.
It looked like Vi was going for a set, like, they're going through their own tri-bush for gank to bot lane. And Graves somehow read it and showed up in that tri-bush.
This is pretty interesting. Endo just being really aggressive right here, and then pushing Coolio GG around at the moment. The Scuttle bot lane keeping up with their pretty dominant bot lane matchup so far, just flexing on them really early.
Ooh, Coolio getting tagged by another one of those bounces. The MF bounces kill, man. And it's a hard matchup. Playing things with low auto attack range against that is very difficult.
Absolutely. And although they got the heals going on the bot lane with that Nami, right now it's not looking so hot. One bounce right now pretty much spells the end for Coolio.
Toxic's in a bad spot right now. He doesn't read this at all.
And no coming in with the red buff slow.
Doesn't
Misplaces
have
the Q, goes in.
Smoke screen though, so yeah, should be able to flash out. I think he lives it. If he had smoke screen, that extra slow might have been a kill.
It was close. They didn't want to commit the double flash in order to get that first blood, and I think that's smart on their part. They don't really need that first blood action to bring this game going in the right direction. In the mid lane though, Aetherfox getting caught out by Sable. Just in the good spot that he likes to go, right behind the mid lane, just off to the side, and uses that Vi dash to get over the wall very effectively, pushing him out of lane. And I bet he wish he had teleport right about now.
Yeah, absolutely. He's gonna have to base, and he's gonna have to walk back.
The walk of shame.
Yeah, the walk of shame with the burn teleport.
But other than that, we see Coolio GG appearing back in the bot lane with his full health bar, saying, all right, time to get back in this farming game. He's down by 12, but he's not feeling too bad right now. He's right back into it, eating the poke and getting the CS.
Ooh, looks like Vi's gonna go in behind on the bot side.
In addition, we have on the top lane right now, it looks like Toxic Vezin not respecting how far up is, and Endo just showed back up. The flash coming in, might get the damage off. First blood going to the Vi, but very close on the top side too. Disgusting series of events, but it looks like Scuttle Crab did not get the play on this one, but Infernal did. Tell me what happened in the bot lane. I didn't get to catch it.
That was really well played. So we had Vi come in through the tri-bush, which wasn't warded, and then he put the black shield on Darth Head, the second, or sorry, JSF black shield at Darth Head, the second Darth Head flashed, and then they just went onto the Morgana instead for a free kill.
Smart work on Team Infernal, really making use of Vi's jungle pathing, getting through the jungle in creative ways to create pressure that might not be expecting. And at the top side, what I was actually watching and what the stream got to see was the 2v1 versus Toxic Vezin, who was fully pushed up, and Endo committed his flash, and they still did not get the kill on the Malphite. So not looking too hot for Scuttle in the early game at the moment.
Yeah, although they do have a 20 farm lead in the top lane already.
As expected. I mean, Skyrockets on Garen it's just magnetized. He just cannot miss the CS. He really wants it. And he prioritizes that and poke really well. What do you think?
But there's almost systemic. Yeah, I think that's the right use here. Like CS difference. Like in the bot lane, you also have that same 20 CS margin, and the mid lane you got 6 right now.
That's true, but even still, like they were down a kill, and first blood gold already caught up by Scuttle Crab.
Oh my God, Jason just. Oh, but he's dead. Wait a minute. Oh, but Graves is here.
Oh man, the cool.
Wait a minute.
The turnaround. I mean, okay, they'll give the kill off the Darth Head, bring some parity, but giving Coolio GG a kill is not something you want to see in the early game.
Oh, Sable missed his Q onto the MF. Nothing comes of it. Endo had good pressure there to keep his 80 carry alive.
A lot of plays going around the map at the same time, as Dynamic Killer is pushing Galio out of the mid lane at the same time. This is a very aggressive early game start for both teams, and I love it.
Yeah, no, this is looking like a great game. This is looking like exactly the hype matchup I expected it to be. But again, if you're just gonna bleed farm, 20 farm, 10 farm in every lane, you're gonna end up with a problem at the end of the game, or come first dragons. So
yeah, absolutely. One of those team fights is gonna creep up really quickly.
Yeah.
And that Garen is sitting on 1,800 gold right now. And I'm hoping Skyrocket goes back and gives me the BF sword start that I want to see, baby.
Gets the real big sword.
Yeah. The big friendly sword.
Yep. Yeah, this MFQ is hitting for like 300 on a broken minion. That is gonna be a lot of damage.
We might see a little bit of action here in the bot lane again. Graves coming up. They're stepping forward, and Coolio GG. Oh, they get the binding off on Coolio GG right now, but Dark Tide gets hit with the bubble.
Oh, he needed like 2 more autos.
Oof.
Guy was dead. He had that E auto Q auto, and I think MF would have died to it. So very close.
Really well done by Scuttle though.
Top lane.
Oh.
Skyrockets just dives him, just straight up spins on him with the tower aggro, and then just hits him with the ult.
I just missed it. As soon as the explosion went down, we switched over, but that was just too much. I did not expect him to really go in there with no item buy. Just straight up dives him with the Doran shield buy. That was impressive. Skyrockets really understands that champion, and I know he's getting really low at this dragon, but his team comes in to bail him out.
JSF has just done some incredible things on this Morgana. He set up these 2 kills to get this Graves going, get those double Dark Harvest stacks onto his jungler, and his AD carry, actually.
Absolutely.
They both have Dark Harvest.
The Dark Harvest misfortune.
Yeah, not only are they farming CS better, but they're farming souls better.
Oh no. And they get the Infernal Dragon to start off, which is not something you want to see on the opposing team when they're up in farm.
You don't want to ever give the other team your Drake. You just don't want to see it.
Yeah, and that's does not bode well.
Yeah. It looks like Vi is going to try to make his way down into this spot bush. I don't think there's going to be any vision for Scuttlecrab on this. Yeah, no, there is not. So they'll have no idea that Vi's here.
Additionally, taking out the pink ward means they're pretty. I'm sure they think that there's not warded thus far. So it really comes down to right now. Are they going to ward this bush before they walk into lane?
And now they need to make sure the fight's in the correct location. Charge that Q.
Let's hear the Jaws music. Oh, Dark Tide gets punched down. The wave coming in, gets knocked up by the ultimate and taken down cleanly by Infernal Drake.
I am pretty confident that I saw a spell in there for the Nami wave, and then he... Oh, I guess the wave would have taken it off. Okay. All right. No. It checks out. Checks out. I thought that was some real bullshit right there for a second, but I think that checks out.
It was an older interaction, but it checks out. I have to say, though, I have to give some credit. We're not really highlighting it too much because there hasn't been enough action in the mid lane, but Aether Fox is doing a great job at poking Dynamic Killer and keeping a CS lead versus a melee versus ranged matchup in the mid lane. Good job on his part.
Yeah, absolutely. And the top lane, he did not go for the BF sword, but it just does not matter.
Skyrockets is really just knows his damage. He hits the Q, he hits the silencing to allow Malphite to not be able to trade back, starts spinning all over him. It's just, it doesn't feel good, and you just have to walk away slowly with your head held low if you're that Malphite.
So that was a really good gank for...
Aether Fox, mid lane.
Yeah. I was going to say it was a really good gank at bot lane for Sable to get that ahead. Oh, his top lane's going to die again now, I think. Done. Oh! He lives it!
35 health! It was a close one.
Awesome.
And you gotta be, I mean, he used his ultimate, Toxic did, so he didn't have the return to just come back and say, oh, you're dead. You've killed yourself. But you can't feel good for that for Toxin. Like, use your ultimate, use his ultimate. Oh, we see the MF ultimate in the bot lane. Gets the kill on Timberland. Well done with the slows and the binding. This bot lane is just proving to be so powerful on Scuttlecrab.
Yeah, if you get, yeah, I mean, Coolio didn't even heal there. That was, he just didn't think his AD carry or his support was just gonna die like that. Wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, unfortunate. I think he didn't, like, they're not really respecting the fact that Black Shield also allows Misfortune to channel her ultimate to the full extent. And I think they're really just kind of not playing that interaction very well in the bot lane currently.
Yeah, gotta, probably when you get binded, hopefully he'll do it next time, but now he knows the damage rate, like, what it is. But if he gets binded like that, he should... Oh, sorry. There's a fight going down in the mid Scuttlecrab.
Yeah, they're about the Scully, the crab right now, the biggest one. Galio coming in with the hero's entrance. A little too late,
Hold on.
though.
But the villain is Vi here. A good cue by Vi to really just like get the hell out of dodge there, and this wave
Comes
should
the tidal
end.
wave.
But I don't know if they're going to be able to get too much else off this.
Oh!
If they do, they come in. Where did bot lane even come from? Infernal just like had a sick rotation there to prevent the Rift Herald from being taken. That was wild.
Infernal crab, man.
Die and go mid. This bot lane isn't working out.
That right there, just letting the Rift Herald. I'm gonna call him that one the Infernal crab. Kind of looks like a really big Scuttle crab. In this case, not called a Scuttle crab. Infernal taking it with a vengeance, the full rotation.
But they are. Ooh. Yeah, they should get this tower first.
I think so.
It's close.
First tower,
They're
yeah,
gonna
first tower
trade.
going over to blue.
Oh, they're not even gonna trade. Infernal's not gonna be able to take this even.
That's true, but if you look at it though, I mean now they have Rift Herald, so anytime they want, they just walk into a lane, pop it with their rotation, and take it. Mid lane,
Right, and
easy.
they also are able to get their AD carry some farm now. But he's got to not get tricked. JSF has so far just not allowed.
Oh, Endo!
Oh my god, Endo. Just completely obliterating Timberland in the jungle.
That was confident.
Timberland flashed in a straight line on that Nami there, and so he could have flashed to the side and not died to the Graves ult, but he flashed in a straight line and ult hit him in the face.
Yeah, I think he might have just not been thinking about the ult. I think he was just trying to get
Yeah.
away from the auto attack damage. Gets blasted down. But we're really starting to see the game get taken away in the top lane, as per usual. That skyrockets Garen. Here comes the standard combo, right? Cues him in the face, spins, takes away 40% of his health, and then walks back to the minions. Yikes.
Yeah, with that Black Cleaver completed, you just can't even be there.
Ether Fox going in though. Oh, gets the combo going on right now. Oh, but the Orianna with the fancy
Wait a
moves
minute.
flashes away. Although the Vi goes in to try to help,
I-
trades her life away. Yikes.
That was a really good play from Sable, and then he ulted the Morgana. He could have just killed the Graves for free. But then he just ulted Morgana and died and didn't get either of them. That feels bad.
Scuttle Crab
So that
taking
is-
2 towers on this one. Skyrock is though just spinning all over Toxic Vezin. I don't understand what happened here. I think Toxic Vezin channeled his teleport by accident as a panic move. He did in the top lane. Skyrockets was tower diving Toxic Vezin in the top, and Toxic Vezin uses ultimate, knocked him up, used his ability, and then I think accidentally channeled teleport onto a minion right next to him, and just got murdered by Skyrockets. Wow, that's panic.
Basically said, you guys don't need flash at level 1. I don't need it now.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll trade teleports for free. Yeah. It's the hype teleport. Saving it, yeah, he just wanted to use it up. Didn't want to save it for next game.
You gotta get it on cooldown so it comes up faster.
Exactly. But we see Dynamic Killer noting that all the rest of the team is elsewhere. Tries to go get that thing in the bottom lane, but does not respect Darth Ted just rolling up with the Misfortune speed and a quick, clean kill on Dynamic Kill in the mid lane. And protects the tower with the 95 fresh health. Ooh.
Yeah, so this game is going pretty much exactly as you would expect. Pretty much every single one of Scuttle Crab's lanes won.
Which has been the modus operandi for Scuttle Crab thus far.
Kind of been their MO is their lanes just win.
About to see a little bit of close encounters by Sable and Endo in the bot lane. Endo's like having that star sense, just walking away, like pulling the Krugs in the other direction. But here we go, Shelly going to the bot lane. They're choosing to pop the Rift Herald, and they want to take that bot lane tower.
Ooh.
Oh, doing almost full damage.
Endo had a
with
really
the
good combo
clean
there.
up.
Yeah, that was actually really nice. You got the auto, break the eye. Sable just gonna take the tower, but is he? Okay.
So we got trades right now. Bot lane inner for the, or bot lane outer for the top lane inner. Skyrocket's going in on Timberland. Gets the murder.
Yes. Ooh, a 4-man Orianna was not enough there.
Darth Ted going in and pushing Coolio GG back, but has to flash out of tower range.
You know, Sable and Toxic pick up kill in the bot lane. Endo tries to go for the 1v2. Maybe just trying to stop bases.
I think it's definitely possible, considering they did take the top lane inner. But I don't think he had to trade his life for that one. But doing a good job. They're taking the inhibitor tower right now at 17 minutes potentially. They're doing some damage to it, but Infernal rotating correctly to prevent that going down. Scuttle really performing their macro game so well as we've seen over these past weeks. Just dominant.
Yeah, it is 17 minutes. They have 5 turrets, a 5k gold lead, and a 5 kill lead. They got the 5-5-5.
They got the Arby's 5 for 5 going on right now. Arby's, let's get a little bit of help here to the Rekt. Let's go.
The Fig Newton 5 for 5.
Exactly. Anytime you open up a sleeve of Fig Newtons, you got to put 5 in your face. You're going to feel so good. Feeling fancy, feeling 5. But other than that, it looks like Infernal fanning back out, looking to acquire a little bit of gold back in their favor. Trying to see what they can push and where Scuttle Crab is at so they can determine their next way to attack them. But what do you think we're going to see here from Scuttle Crab? Their macro is so clean. What's going on next? It looks like they're fanning out a little, but what's the next target?
Well, I think they're going to... At least Graves is going to want to hit that Stormrazor item point before he really groups and does anything else. So you see him farming that out right now. I mean, it looks like they're just taking over the jungle, maybe waiting for Baron to spawn?
It hasn't even spawned yet. They can't even threaten it.
Yeah, right.
Darth Ted steals away the red buff, but this looks like a team fight in the making right now.
Work.
A little too far. MF getting knocked up, comboed right now. Galio coming in to try to save him, doing some extra damage, but the team fight going through. We see a 1-for-1 at the moment. Darth Ted taking Sable out. Toxic Vezin taking out the Galio and flashes away right now, but Morgana takes down Toxic Vezin 2 for 2. Skyrocket spitting in the bushes, doing Season 1 Garen work.
Oh! He's got his dash.
GG flashing in.
There it is. Nice!
Yes.
And they're going to turn on a Baron, but it wasn't even up.
It's just, there's no Baron to turn on to for another 20 seconds. But right now we see a 3 for 2 in favor of Team Infernal. That was a great catch for them, noting that Scuttle Crab was a little too far forward trying to be greedy and steal that red buff.
Yeah, MF did not have the black shield with her. Just a little too far. I mean, she almost lived even so. Once the black shield got to her and then the Galio came through, she still almost lived the Vi Orianna combo, which is just disgusting. Like, you should not be able to live that like that.
Yeah, super close.
So
yeah,
so if Darth Ted just picks up his positioning a little bit and isn't as greedy in the next team fight, I mean, that shouldn't be an issue. Like, that result of that team fight should just be a fluke, and then it should just go back to business as usual for Team Scuttle Crab here.
Yeah, agreed. I think that greedy play was just what caught him out. Otherwise, his positioning has been pretty good. But
yeah, no doubt.
I mean, that Garen somehow just... This is going to be disgusting. He's getting to that point where you're just going to start not killing him. He's going to have too many items ahead, and when Garen gets ahead in the game, you know it's going to be bad times for whomever he chooses to target.
Yeah, it's true, but you got to remember that Malphite still just has that Malphite ult. He can just press up. If anyone groups up, but he's caught out in the jungle here. He's going to go down. He got to ult away, but...
The cast a curse.
Yeah, the caster curse really striking down Toxic Pheasant right there. That one's on me, buddy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, man. But other than that, you're still. I mean, it's still correct. Even if with if it was a no item Malphite, he can still always ult in there, causing a lot of disruption. With the Orianna ultimate, could still do a lot of work, and followed up by tidal wave, and the damage could come out. So you're not correct. The game is not over for Infernal Dragon. It is only 6,000 gold, which is comebackable. It's winnable, right? It's winnable.
Yeah, they've got their win condition. They've got their combo. They just have to execute it. And if they can do it, I mean, it's gonna work really well.
Quasage calling you out in the chat, calling you Scuttle Icically.
Scuttle Icically.
Cursing the Infernal team right now.
Cursing the Infernal.
Witch Doctor Icically right now, cursing him.
Ooh, wait a minute.
Ooh.
So that is really low, but he gets the ult off before Toxic can get his ult, and then he got the black shield for the Malphite ult. Sable coming in, but is not able to actually get a kill down. Coolio doing what he can, but it's not gonna be enough. 2 for
3. The Skyrocket's chasing him off.
That was absolute chaos. It was so close. Toxic got taunted at the very last second by the Galio, and if he didn't, he could have gotten that Malphite ult onto the MF to prevent the big MF ult damage right there. And whole different team fight if he gets that off in time.
And you have to give credit to Scuttlecrab for that particular fight. They're really maximizing Misfortune's inability to move, but with other abilities to lock people in place. So their communication has to be going very well because he's getting nearly full ultimates off just randomly when he decides to do that, based on Galio's damage, based on Morgana's binds.
Looks like we got a 1 under Infernal. They did not win the first game. This is the first game.
Oh, I see. Let me fix that up. Let me fix that right up.
Don't worry, you got more entertainment coming your way. We got a whole nother game after this one. Infernal making the aggressive Baron calls here. Are they just gonna bait it? Or are they looking for the... Oh, this could be really good. Yep. Endo just gets immediately deleted. JSF was not close by for this. The Malphite ult... Where is it?
Oh, that Misfortune ult was disgusting on the damage. Takes out two just with the Misfortune damage. And Skyrocket's doing the Garen, but JSF, scumbag JSF, takes the kill away from Skyrockets.
That was super upsetting. They did that entire fight without Malphite actually having his ultimate. If he had the ultimate for that re-engage there, they would have just killed the MF instantly.
Absolutely. That would have been a different fight.
That is a whole different fight. That's what 10% CDR will get you right there, is a total team fight win. Kindle Gem. Ladies and gentlemen, for anyone wondering why you should buy 10% CDR randomly.
Exactly. Worth the money. But other than that, as you see, it is a 0-0 matchup thus far. As you saw the entire time, there was definitely no period of time where there was a 1-0. But other than that, we have a little bit of grouping from Infernal Drake looking to clear out some vision in the jungle. They don't want to get caught by that MF ult again, trying to really give themselves a fighting chance because they've had excellent engages very close on these team fights, but somehow Scuttle just pulls off the extra damage to really swing it in their favor.
Yeah, Infernal has some really good Baron control still that didn't get swept up by Jason yet. We have 2 J's in the league, so I'm trying to call it by the full JSF. Last week was the craziest when it was JSF versus JMoo.
Oh, gross.
Oh, J-Series 244 hitting us with the tier 3 sub. Thank you, buddy. 8 months. 8 months in a row. Let's go.
Let's go.
That's like since the beginning of the sub button, I think.
Much appreciated. Thank you for supporting our league here. But it looks like Endo finding himself in a bad place right now, having to flash. But Sable really going in. They're taking this fight. Dark Ted takes down Sable and Toxic Vezin finding himself, but they're really following up with this. Coolio GG finding himself in a bad position, has to flash over the wall.
They just didn't have the backup there. He went for that play. Scuttle was waiting right off in the fog of war. Galio came down. He could join from anywhere. And Orianna wasn't close enough to follow up with either the Vi ult or the Malphite ult.
I think that would have been a great play had Endo not had Flash. But he did have Flash. They should have immediately peeled off as soon as that occurred.
Yeah. The reality here is Endo isn't even who you need to kill. Like, he's Graves, and he's doing well. But if this MF lives, your team dies.
Yeah. Blue
So
GG with the fancy feet here, but Aether Fox just pushing him off. Catches the binding on the Orianna and the Misfortune, just piling onto that damage. Just performing all of the crowd control right now. Just beating him up, doing point blank ultimates. Darth's head really face tanking him.
Sable actually, really able to clean this one up here. Can Sable get him rage for the blue smite? If he can, he might.
Gets it with the Skyrockets, but I don't know if you want to fight this one. That Garen is a beefy
say,
boy.
It had to not be Garen. Oh.
Here comes the damage.
Oof. The Nami wave missed. Not that it really would have saved, I think, but
no, he would have been dead. I mean, that Garen still. The Garen is not weak. He said Thorn Mail, so that Vi is just not going to do enough damage to kill him. He still had, with that health that you saw, he was still rocking 1,300 health, which is just too much for the damage output that Garen's able to do right now.
Yeah, no doubt.
So really, if you're an Infernal fan and you want to see the comeback, the 9K comeback, you're really going to have to see a very strong catch-out. We need to shut down potentially both Misfortune and Graves very quickly. They're going to have to get some sort of move. What do you think?
You basically need a 5-man Wombo right now. Like, that's pretty tall order. Graves actually has the Guardian Angel finish, so he reads the fact that he's been getting oh my gosh, Jay and Toxic just run into each other in the woods.
Slapping out. Jay just committing his ultimate to this.
I don't think this is a good move by JSF. I don't like that at all.
I really think they wanted to hold him up, but he had no follow-up. I think it was that they should have just walked away.
Yeah. Ooh, and Timberland just going down.
What?
And now Toxic is just in the wrong neighborhood.
Yeah, he's just walking up a little too much. He wanted to follow up with that. I think they were trying to call for an engage potentially because they saw the Darth Ted just hanging out, but now it's just too much. It's 2 for nothing. They got the 5-man squad. Yikes.
Yeah, doing absolutely disgusting damage on that MF, but eats half his health in the culling, so that's something. Absolutely.
Great calling by Coolio GG. Ooh.
The Orion ult misses.
That might spell doom for this team because Skyrockets now just has the green light to go in and just do the damage. Endo can just, trade whatever he wants to versus Coolio. You see the flash taunt right now for Galio. They're performing a lot. This is a sloppy fight at the end of the game, but they just feel like they're flexing their muscles.
Yeah, this is... Wow, they might actually be able to save this. No, it's
doing more than enough damage.
That was wild. That was close. Close.
There's just a couple fights at the beginning of that game that I think could have really sent it over to Infernal side of things very quickly, but they just were not able to get it going.
Yeah, they had a couple of good early ganks, but they just were down so much farm that the ganks didn't translate into a gold lead. I don't think Infernal ever had a gold lead in that game, even despite the fact they seemed like they were winning within the first 10 minutes. That's actually something we can check on the graphs, I think.
Yeah, I think so. We'll have to check that out. But other than that, we're going to send it off to just a short break. And then we'll be right back for Game 2 of Scuttle versus Infernal. Don't go away.
Yeah.
Yum.
All right, we back from our break with the first of the hype game of Scuttlecrab versus Infernal Drake. Now, to give you a quick summary for those of you just joining us, Scuttlecrab with a very powerful game one really showed their dominance in all the lanes. Although Infernal Crab struck back quite a bit at the beginning, they did not get the wins they needed in those fights to really take it to the other side. So other than that, we're just going to have to look to see what Infernal Drake needs to do in order to change it over. How are they going to get this win? And basically, when you have a second, when you're ready to go, what do you think needs to happen? What does Infernal have to do in order to take it home?
Yeah, I mean, I think you just got to ban Garen. That's the number one thing. The second thing is you just got to pay attention to who you're killing in the team fight. Killing Graves over and over just didn't mean anything. If MF was alive, Graves being dead didn't matter. So I think it's a little bit execution and a little bit pick ban, and I think they have a really good shot at this game too.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And really what they need to do, what I think Infernal Dragon needs to do, Infernal Drake, they need to really go out, buy themselves some Fig Newtons, really munch them down, power themselves up, because you know they're going to need that fuel, that delicious, kind of nutritious fuel to get them going, to feel the rush they need in order to take it to the enemy team. So other than that, it's just we're about to get ourselves into the pick ban. I really want to see how they're going to adapt because, I mean, let's be honest, that Garen in the top lane on Skyrockets, he has just been showing pure mastery on that champion. Fully confident in jumping in, doing extra damage, whatever they need to do, and just fight.
Yeah, I'd definitely rather see him on the Mundo. That's for sure. I don't know, Garen will just kill your backline on his own. Mundo, you can at least slow him down a little bit, stop him, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Like, we'll have to see. Like, his Mundo is equally as scary, and Skyrocket's really showing why he's a top-notch top laner at the moment. Yeah, so other than that, I really think the Toxic, like, I think the Malphite pick was fine, honestly. It just did not have a great laning phase versus that Garen, but again, versus something like Mundo could do very well. But we're going to throw it on over to that Champ Select, and here we go. Now, what do you think we're going to see this time around? Basically, what we got?
Well, no bans so far, but okay, they're gonna ban out the Mundo. Let's see if they also ban out the Garen. I think that's honestly just probably the best choice. And without first pick, you see Scuttlecrab giving the Graves over.
Yeah, they don't want
giving the Graves over to the ban machine.
The ban machine, munching it up.
Yeah, gonna take Morgana away from Jsef. Try to make Darth Ted a little less safe.
Yeah, that's really important. That Morgana with that black shield, it just allows Darth Ted to just do whatever he needs to do, and it enables some pretty sick comps, especially with Misfortune. That's a gross one.
Yeah. Okay, so they're gonna leave the Garen up. I gotta say, this concerns me already.
I think like this feels like a just ban Thresh situation.
Are we gonna see the first pick Garen for Toxic?
Oh, I'd love to see it, please. Just show him who's boss, Toxic. Pick the Garen, be confident, and go spin all over him or something. But if they don't pick first pick Garen, we know it's coming out that next rotation. It's gonna feel real bad.
Yeah, Shen. I mean, Shen,
don't be fooled. Shen gets crushed.
But I mean, it's the same problem. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what else they got. If Sable goes Kayn and just ganks top over and over, gets that red Kayn going,
that could be something.
That could be something.
And Shen is an excellent lane to gank. But whoa!
Oh my God, he's switching it up. He's switching it up
on his own accord. Nonetheless, he's like, you know what? I don't even need Garen. Yeah, I'm they're Infinity and O.
They're like, we're just gonna put that playbook. We're gonna put our 7-0 record. We're gonna take that whole thing. We're gonna put it in the playbook, and we'll save it for the finals. Oh, I was right there. They're gonna whip out the Kayn. All right.
So we see the Kayn. That's an excellent pick. Such a flexible ability, and Sable showing a lot of ability to affect the map. Otherwise,
Yeah, Sable is very, very good on this pick. He will pull up, and he is breaking it out in the Rekt League for the first time right now.
It's going to be nice to see. And we see that Vager going on. Ooh.
But he blind picked the Viger. That could be interesting. I don't know. Viger's always hard because you feel like blind picking it is a bad choice but it's really not. It's really just not. You can. There's not that much that counters it, and Orianna certainly doesn't. So.
And to be fair, yeah, Shoemaker, Shen is good against Nasus. He's definitely good against Nasus, but the problem with Shen against Nasus is if Shen leaves the lane to do work elsewhere, he uses his ult, he tries to affect other lanes, Nasus becomes huge.
Yeah, Nasus will just stack up real quick.
And then Shen comes back and decides, oh, I could take Nasus, and then starts eating 300 damage Qs at 6 minutes. It's going to feel real bad.
Take out the Kate from Darth Ted. It's a 80 carry shootout right now in the second phase of bans here.
So let's see if yeah, exactly, the shootout. We're gonna see who else goes down. I'm assuming if Darth Ted has been doing his research, we're probably gonna see a Xayah takeaway here.
Yeah. Or they're gonna first pick it.
The
Nami away from Timberland.
Okay. They also took away his Thresh, so he's going to be going on to third-tier champions.
Take away the Taric from JSF. That's a good move. It's another really good pick to keep Darth Ted safe.
And you hate to see a Taric ulted Nasus walking into your face, too.
Yes, you do hate to see that.
That is not a good time.
And yeah, they are just going to take the Xayah away. It's a really good move.
Yeah, great draft. Great draft by Scuttle Crab, moving that away right away. It's good. So let's see what Coolio GG picks up. I actually have no idea what he's going to play here.
Yeah, I don't know at all what he's going to go with. Tristana, maybe? Tristana's pretty reasonable against Xayah.
I agree, and it gives him the potential again to really take over the game. We let you know he likes to be high impact, so Tristana getting those kills, resetting her rocket jump, being able to continue to move forward and do the damage that we know he likes to do.
Ooh, Timberland Alistar. Alistar Tristana, that's going to be a fun lane. Who do you pick as a support here?
I mean, you have to think disengage,
Janna.
right? Yeah,
Janna.
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. You have to
Janna.
think disengage. Which the hard part is, though, you don't really want to disengage too hard. Like, that's fine, but if she picks Sona, it's going to be tough.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my.
That's also kind of questionable. I mean, I know it's JSF's Blitzcrank.
Which is legendary. It's the legendary Blitzcrank. And we know that... I don't know,
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm looking at these lanes, and I think Scuttle Crab had a sick draft with the Xayah pick, but I think other than that, they counterpick themselves in every single lane. They inversely counterpicked. They incorrectly counterpicked. They picked a not great top lane matchup. Although, again, you did mention if Shen gets his ult and Nasus can farm. But Orianna takes Ignite into Viger. I don't even think that's going to do very much. And Blitzcrank into Alistar is not a good choice either. So, I mean, now it comes down to execution.
Yeah.
Now it comes down to who's going to play better. So,
and it's in the thing I really want to highlight for those of you out there, all you viewers who want to see the action. Tristana Alistar is a classic lane where Alistar goes in, performs a very powerful set of crowd control abilities, dashing in, knocking them up in the air, and Tristana just jumps on directly next to them, and they just murder that lane very quickly. So it's high damage, it's high impact, and you really want to you got to be very careful with your positioning in that lane.
Yeah, I think Rovian's got it right too. This is to prove that they're winning because of skill and not because of their matchups.
We'll just counterpick ourselves. We don't need this.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, Impulse. I would definitely have taken Barrier on Orianna here as well, or even Teleport, and just gone to a farm lane. Like you're never gonna. I don't know. I'm gonna eat my words. But I just feel like you're never gonna kill a Viger with Orianna with Ignite. You're just not gonna.
Yeah, I hope we eat the words. I love seeing teams overperform and do things that we're not expecting, and these are both excellent teams. Even with that first game, snowballing very well in the Scuttle Crabs world, it's still gonna be anybody's game with what we see here. It all depends on how those matches go.
And we haven't seen Sable's Kane, and I mean, if you go to his match history, that's his most played, most winningest champ. He just crushes on it. So we're gonna see if he can do it in the Rekt League.
Oh, it's really gonna be something. For those of you, hopefully we get to showcase that in this game. For those of you who have not seen Kane before, Kane is gonna be this gentleman walking around with his giant scythe, and one of his major highlights is he gets the ability to actually walk through impassable terrain. So walls, through little pieces of that you might not be able to see, little dashes areas that most people can kind of get over, flash over. He just gets to walk through it on a fairly low cooldown. So we're going to see Sable doing what he likes to do best, and that's just coming from angles you are not expecting. And I think it's a very high impact champion for him. What are you thinking? Who are you highlighting on Scuttle Crab? Who are you expecting to really take it to him?
I mean, I gotta go again with Skyrockets. I think despite it being a losing matchup, I think he's just gonna farm outrageously and have 400 stacks at 20 minutes and just completely one tap everyone other than the Alistar and the Shen. He's just gonna eat him up.
Yeah, if he ever gets his hands on Tristana or Veigar, it's lights out very quickly.
Yeah, no doubt.
But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, Toxic Vezin, they banned the Shen away from him in the first game, but they did not take it away from this game. So we might see some extra special play coming out. Maybe he knows this matchup well. He could take it to Nasus, and Nasus could really be punished by Shen, especially in that early game.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. I'm all hyped up, though. I mean, Aether Fox and Orianna, just excited to see what he can bust out there, because he was playing Galio last game, right? Snow's on the other side of the coin.
Yeah, it was actually the same combo, the Vi Ori. The ball delivery system.
Yeah.
Just being run by the other team,
So we're really going to have to see. So right now we're getting the game loaded up for week 4, match number 1, game 2 of Team Scuttle Crab versus Team Infernal Drake. It's really, they want to heat it up this game, and Scuttle Crab just really wants to dunk them in the river. See how it's going to go.
Yeah, let's see how global warming affects the river temperature. Has it heated it up enough to prevent the crabs from being able to live there?
We'll just have to find out. Stay tuned in just a minute when this game begins.
Earth. This is global warming. The war. Yeah, we'll find out.
Both teams have 4 skins going on right now, so it's equal in the skin matchup. They're really bringing parity, and I love to see that. One of my favorite things to show off is JSAF bringing the goalkeeper Blitzcrank skin from a long time ago.
Yeah, way back.
Nearly 8 years ago.
Yeah. That's an old skin, no doubt.
So other than that, what do you think? What do you think we're seeing this level 1? We know this level 1's coming out. We know they're going to be walking around. They're going to be showing off their skins. What do we got?
You gotta assume Blitzcrank's gonna go for the invade, and then you just gotta 5-stack a bush with a Shen Taunt and Alistar Q. You'll just completely destroy them if you get that off.
Oh, absolutely. I hope to see it, because if we see Tristana, Alistar, Veigar, if they find somebody and Veigar's there and Shen's there, that's a pretty sick level 1.
We got 5 skins? No, 9, 8 skins. All right.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting into it here on the Rekt League. Immediately, we're seeing some pings come down. I think those were from Infernal. No, those are from Scuttle Crab. Looks like they're gonna go to the same invade path they did last game. Where they going? Yep, they're gonna run up mid lane. They're gonna go into the side bush from mid. Now let's see if Infernal correctly do a 5-stack here. Get the correct 5-stack off. It's not.
Oh, here comes the the wombo combo.
I can't tell who's dying though.
The damage is going up. Jesus finding himself in a bit of a bind. Skyrocket's had to back off already. They're doing a lot of damage, but Timberland just going to back off and nothing.
They used Timberland's Flash and Ignite for Darth Head's heal and Skyrocket's Flash. No kills.
No kills. So it looks like 2 summoners for 2 summoners.
Yep. Seems pretty good. Did Shen start with the taunt? Yeah, he did. Vi started with the W. You probably could have started Q.
Yeah, I think starting Q would have been a nice beginning there, but I think they weren't really expecting and didn't think about the Alistair combo.
Yeah,
Starting with that Q was just.
It was a really good Alistair combo by Timberland. And I wonder if he's running Hex Flash. I don't think we can tell. I don't know if Hex Flash would show up. I think it would. Actually, I think it would.
Yeah, it would show up. It'd be a different color on the side. But other than that, we get a little bit of hype action. They're just flexing at each other in the beginning, saying, "What's up? Let's do it. Let's get into it."
Yeah, so Timberland without a flash on this Alistair actually kind of needs to be a little careful here. Ooh. Endo going for the level 2 gank on this Vi. He also went with the Dark Harvest Vi. Last game, we saw Sable take the Electrocute Vi. I think Dark Harvest is apparently just genetically better now, or generically, excuse me, better now.
Yeah, ultimately, some people still like Electrocute because it's just an easier thing to have to manage. You know, at the beginning of the game, you get a lot of Electrocute stacks without having to manage it. But end up finding himself in a little bit of a bind here. Kulo GG really going for it.
Oh, man, the Tristana auto range at level 2.
Level
Feels
2.
bad, man. Ooh, JSF, a rare super whiff on that hook. There's no hook, Coolio. You can just walk in. Okay. Timberland doesn't communicate that.
It's the combos though.
And now he's stalled it enough, so hook's gonna be up in 4 seconds. He's gonna be able to get the. Ooh, maybe not. All right.
JSL prepping himself for a little bit of action. We might see that. Oh, whiffs on the hook again. The minion really scumbag minion, but he gets the root off on Timberland.
Yeah, it's really hard to fight. Bullseye's throwing all those feathers behind you.
This bot lane matchup is really volatile right now. They're doing some damage.
Kanye coming into the bot lane.
He said, "I'm gonna let you finish farming, but I'm coming to the bot lane,
Ooh,
and I'm the best jungler of all time."
What are you doing? Wait, Kane, don't base. What? Thank you. All right, get this guy. Kill this blitz. Oh. They still got him?
Punch him. First blood. Coolio GG.
That is well played from Infernal. Some much needed relief from the pressure that JSF Blitzcrank's bringing. They got his flash, so now they can run it back. Once Timberland's flash is back up, once the Alistar flash is back up, they can just run it back and pick up another kill down there.
I mean, that's pretty integral here because getting Coolio GG started on Tristana is where you want to be if you're an Infernal fan. You want to see them start just getting him up in that CS, which he is ahead right now. It's not by much. But you gotta see it. You gotta see that Tristana. But here we go, the top lane story. Toxic Vezin a little too high without that vision.
Ooh. Okay.
Plays it
Oh,
safe.
Tim's dead in the bot lane though. Oof. They get the free kill and then they don't get the push off that they want and they don't get the base. I mean, it was just bad wave manipulation and planning.
That's true. Really
It's not what you want to see.
You definitely don't want to see that. Sable in the top side, looking to get a little bit of scuttle control. There's a little bit of posturing for potential fight going on, but nothing we don't see here. Other than that, Skyrocket's pushing it up. Toxic Vezin playing back this time. He doesn't have his flash, so he has to be a little safer. Trying to do a little freeze, but he does have plenty of minions and lets it crash into the... Just barely doesn't crash in, though. So if he manipulates these minions correctly and CS's, he's going to be able to keep it frozen here for a little while, which spells bad news for Nasus. But we're going to see what he does with this.
Coolio did get to base and pick up the BF sword in the bot lane.
Oof. Darth Ted recalling an award right now. This could be bad.
Are they gonna get him? Are they gonna get him?
Oh, they're gonna get him.
Oh, all right. They burned flash for flash. So now you gotta call Sable. 80 carry no flash. Free kills. Free kills. Free kills.
Yeah, and not only 80 carry no flash, but Kulu GG calling 80 carry no flash. But you know he wants that. We get him snowballing, and that's gonna be where Team Infernal's gonna take it over.
Too in the top lane. Oh no, Skyrockets had a very intelligent wither there. Withered the right person and is able to just walk away. Wait, stay for the Dark Harvest stack. No, go back.
Bottom lane though, Darth Head just Endo coming at the right time, punishing Timberland for walking up too close to that tower.
Yeah. No good. It's okay. I mean, if you're a Scuttle fan, that's great.
You gotta be
Let's
pumped if
go.
you're a Scuttle fan. Let's go.
But at this point, I'm definitely rooting for the underdogs, and my clear bias is showing through here. The Team Infernal.
Well, that's the thing. You gotta look at the matchup and you go 7-0 Scuttle Crab right now. They are just looking dominant. So you gotta see how can these Titans fall somehow. And right now, Infernal getting their lead, but then giving it up in slow ways, and you can't see that. You gotta push these Titans down. Say this. You get out of the river. I'm gonna put you back in the dunk you underneath. Give me some vision. Which is what you do for Scuttle Crabs.
Yeah, I mean, the other really good thing here is, despite the fact this guy has 2 kills, Tristana's got a 10 farm lead.
Pulling in Timberland in the bot lane with JSF, just taking a Tristana explosive charge for his trouble.
Yeah, it's a good trade on both sides right there.
That just kind of feels like both supports are just kind of being a little bored. They just want to like fight a little bit. Doesn't really trade too much. They're just like, this laning phase is a little boring. Let's do something.
Yeah, Aether Fox trying to put the hurt on Dynamic Killer, who looks like he already used his TP, and he's just standing there, choosing if he should base or not.
He's thinking about it.
Now, did they spot Sable in the bot lane here? I think they might have. I would go with yes.
Yeah. They saw him there. That's why they're playing so far back. Okay. Not sure if that ward's in the brush. I think JSF might have missed the ward in the brush right there. I'm not sure though.
The Tri-Bush?
Yeah, the tri-brush.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't have that one in there.
Yeah, that's a feels bad man right there.
Yeah, no doubt.
But other than that, it looks like a little bit of parity. They're just doing a little bit of farming. Nasus up by that farm right now. Stack check at the moment. Is that only 10 stack? That can't be it. Is that 70? What stacks are those? Oh, we get a little bit of action though.
Really good. That was a very well played string of events. They didn't even need the Shen ultimate.
But Sable putting himself in the right position to not allow Skyrocks to just have free reign in the top. He's just straight going for the kill right now. Sable putting this really well. It gets the flash out. Still might get the kill.
Yeah, it doesn't have the W quite. He probably has enough for his Red Cane transfusion now, though. I don't know how you can see that in Spectator.
Yeah, I don't know right now. Yeah, it doesn't show it to us.
Yeah, there it is. Darkin is ready. So yeah, he has Red Cane when he goes back to base. And I think that's why he's been sitting top this whole time, is because he really wants that Red Cane. Because he knows White Cane, while good in solo queue,
Timberland
is not in trouble in the river. Oh, a good flash from Endo. Getting out of there.
Fancy moves by Endo, dodging that Viger cage, that cage of stun.
Ooh, Coolio gonna look for the solo kill, but Darth has ult, and Coolio doesn't have ult, but...
Oh, Darth.
Yeah.
Wow.
Coolio had flash, he just didn't think those feathers were gonna hit him. He must feel really bad about that one. He could have flashed that, he could have flashed over him and just gotten a free kill there.
Yeah, I'm sure he's saying Riot please right now.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. Feels like he got a little fat fingered there. Skyrockets is not winning this. Toxic should have just kept trading autos there, I think, despite being withered.
Agreed. I think current bonus. Ooh.
Good hook onto the cane. Good hook. Knock up, silence. Good night.
Fully stacked. That CC right there, just fully stacked on it. It was like a delicious club sandwich of crowd control.
Yeah.
Dynamic Killer, though. Aether Fox catches himself in the Event Horizon cage by accident. He's going to find himself stunned up. A lot of damage coming out. Dynamic Killer backing up, just respect the JSF.
Oh, Jay getting a really good hook.
Darted super low in the bot lane. Coolio really wants to go in on this, too. There's a lot of action going from everywhere. These teams are just scuffling all over the map.
And now you see the problem with the top lane, where you get the 20 farm lead on the Nasus. He's got the Glacial and the Sheen, and he's just stacking that queue.
Yeah, he's up to 153 damage extra right now. It's quite a bit. But here comes Sable from the top lane.
And it's Red Cane, so this should be a good kill. But
Toxic might go. Oh,
that
okay.
was so close. Yeah, Toxic almost went down. He withered the wrong person that time. Didn't get the wither onto the Cane. So stop those disgusting Cane autos from coming through.
So to give you guys out there who are unfamiliar with Kayn, just want to point out that Red Kayn allows himself to gain extra health when he goes through the walls. He also gains a portion of his, I believe it's his maximum health when he ultimates through them. And his W, which is that line knockup we just showcased right there, or that line damage, now knocks up all of the targets hit, which is going to allow him to be a little more crowd controlling and a little harder to kill.
Yeah, and his Q does % health damage, so he basically just can kill tanks. Like, it's his job.
Aether Fox is in a bad position. Ooh.
And this should be a kill.
Oh, the panic.
Now we're seeing, yeah, the panic right there. Now we see the Sable Kayn really starting to take hold of the game right now.
Yeah, this is gonna start. This is where you want to be. If you're an Infernal fan, I know they're down a kill right now, but you're gonna want to see it. They're getting the Scuttle Crab's still up in gold, but this is gonna put them in a good position here. But JSF walking in from the side, pushing Timberland out, but he gets knocked out. We're gonna see a little bit of a team fight action going on. Endo popping up Coolio GG, but then Toxic Fezzik going in for the ultimate. Catches out Endo, but Timberland gets pulled and then moves back out the Event Horizon, putting Dark 10 in a position he doesn't want to be in, taking some poke damage. But Infernal really pushing themselves, a 1-0 in the mid lane, and might be taking this tower for free. Oh, but Darkseid found himself in a bad position, popped up by Toxic. Oh, this is great if you're a fan of Team Infernal.
This is the counter picks that I'm talking about. You have the Alistar, you have the Blitzcrank, and what is Blitzcrank going to do to Alistar? Alistar just stands in front of him.
Oh, Toxic catches Aether Fox, walks up too much, trying to defend a tower versus far too many of Team Infernal, giving over a free kill.
Looking real. Oh, Infernal looking real strong right now, but they're gonna lose their top turret because JSF interrupts the Shen teleport.
Well done on that. Just not letting him get there, and this is what we're looking to see.
It is 13 minutes, and this siphoning strike is at 186. This is the timer. This is the timer. If this gets too high.
And I'm throwing it up on screen for y'all. What you're looking at is every time he kills an enemy, he gains 3 damage added to his siphoning strike. If he kills a large monster, which is large monster being in the jungle, or if he kills a cannon minion, it's going to be additional. It's going to be 6, and if he kills a champion, it's also 6. So that's what you're seeing for Nasus. That's what we're looking at. It's going to be same thing for Viger. I believe he gets just 1 though, right? 1 AP. Phenomenal stats.
Yeah, but it's also whenever he hits a champion for Viger.
Oh, excellent. So he's at 87 right now. So Viger also has that stacking damage for Dynamic Killer. So we see both infinity stacking champions on both sides. So it really comes down to who plays that one a little better. But now what are we looking at? Basically, catch us up on what's happening in the game right now.
It looks like Toxic is about to go down to a gank from Endo. And they're going to give these stacks over to the Nath. Nope, they're not. Endo says, I'm taking
Scumbag Endo.
Stacks. I'm taking those stacks, and Nasus pings the shit out of them, rightfully so.
It's like he took 6 damage. JSF hooks Coolio. Coolio does correctly get his rocket jump. He queues it up so he gets pulled and immediately jumps away.
Oh, Aether Fox misses the ult, but Endo's here.
Ultimate available. Dynamic Killer taking the damage, gets blown up by the damage from...
Oh my god! Sable getting absolutely destroyed there. There's a really good ultimate from Timberland, but I don't think this is going to be good. Oh, they might have Jay, Seth.
Oh,
nope. That was...
Feels bad, man. If you're an Infernal.
Yeah, that whole string of events from mid lane to bot lane was all just feels bad. They could have had it all, and then they rolled in the deep.
Yeah. they had their heart inside their hands. Yeah. It was bad. But you gotta see Scuttle Crab played it to the beat. That was just too much. Too much. This is a repeat of what happened last game. Infernal had a lot of great moves, but unfortunately through a series of unfortunate events, just gave too much away to Scuttle Crab. And Scuttle Crab now rocking a 3k gold lead. And not in the places that you want to see it. We have only a 500 gold lead on Darth Head right now. Before it was a little bit too much, but that jungle is starting to get really gross on Vi. In 1,000 gold lead.
This Vi is very strong right now. The Kayn almost has his Looks like he's going Black Cleave. No. Oh man, what's that thing called? I know what it does. I just forget what it's called. The giant shield thing that gives you base AD.
Sterix Gauge.
Sterix. Yeah, he's going for the Sterix. I almost think you should go for the Black Cleave, but I also have never played that character in my life. So
Timberlake coming from behind, jumping in. They're trying to go on Darth Ted right now, knowing that he doesn't have his flash up. But unfortunately, goes a little bit too deep. Darth Ted getting the kill. They're still tower diving J-Step, but Endo shows up for the backup right now, getting the return kill, getting the double. They chase off Darth Ted, but they really get a 3-for-1 right now. Uh-oh.
Oh man, Orianna just waiting over the wall for that Kane.
Rotations!
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely out-rotated it. In the meantime, Nasus continues to stack. He's up to 313 at 15 minutes.
Oh, that is not good. That is an insane amount of damage right now. You're gonna start seeing that.
Toxic's not careful. He's going down here. Oh, got a little assistance from the minion block there.
Yeah, when you can't walk through the minions and they're protecting their leaders, that's a good one. You have to say, good job, blue team minions.
Yeah,
good job.
The Nasus ult just made the Nasus too big. He couldn't get through his minions.
Protect the VIP team. What you looking at? But Dynamic Killer looking to do his stacking right now, doing his best to stack him up. He's got 100 extra ability power through his damage, which is great. That Vigar's going to start hurting, as we don't see too many teams right now with any magic resistance. So we're going to see some sick damage coming out from that Vigar once he ultimates. And that Orianna really, really has to be careful. Although I don't think it doesn't actually do the damage anymore based on their AP now, yeah? Now it's just their missing health, is that correct? Yeah,
the
Vigar. Vigar. It no longer scales on the opponent's AP.
On their AP.
Yeah, it's just their missing health total.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're looking at it. We're seeing Scully going down. The Rift Herald themselves just getting punched down by Scuttle Crab, taking what kind of looks like the biggest Scuttle Crab on the map. But Aether Fox going in for extra damage. They're really pushing him down right now. Rotating, it looks like they're just going to go mid. JSF misses the hook. Timberland correctly predicts it and walks away. And other than that, we're just seeing the game kind of escalating forward for Team Scuttle. They got the 2 dragons right now. What's going on here? What does Infernal need to do to wrangle this back?
They're only down 3k. I mean, it's not that bad.
Toxic now realizes he's himself a little too deep.
Yeah, he might be in trouble. He might. Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Got a flash though.
He's gonna have to dodge this hook. Oh.
Riot?
Riot, please. We're gonna have to send that one back in slow-mo. You might see that on the highlights later. When I cut this game up, I'm looking for that. Mark it at 19 minutes.
That had a big hitbox.
Riot serving up a big bowl of spaghetti code right there. Delicious, nutritious. My goodness.
Could have been a spectator bug, of course.
Absolutely, but J-Step finding himself in a bad position right now. We might see Cooler GG taking the kill, as we do, getting the resets right now. Sable going in, trying to do his work, flashes backwards, pulling them in a little too close. But the root from Dart's head, well positioned.
Tim, this is not where you want to be. He has his ult. He should be okay.
Scully in the bot lane. Scuttle.
Oh,
Scuttle
man.
with the big Scuttle.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Dynamic Killer gets caught up by Endo's extra damage. The Shen-Out comes in. Not
That was a
enough.
good try with the Shen-Out. That was close.
Toxic misses the taunt right now. They're doing the damage right out of the range. It looks like Skyrocket's going to stay and try to just do what he can.
Okay, we're good. Woo! Didn't let the tower go down yet.
Be really close though. That was a good series of plays, allowing the bot lane to be nearly cracked wide open for Team Scuttlecrab. Their rotations are crisp and so clean as Darth Ted's in the top, really putting pressure all over the map right now.
Yeah, they're just getting a lot of tower damage down, tower pressure down. You know, to their credit, Infernal did a significantly better job.
Oh.
Yeah, good move from Coolio to not face check that. He probably would have died.
Yeah, he queued up his rocket jump nicely as well, prepared to be Orianna ulted. He was really anticipating that. That was a great series of actions on his part.
Yeah, and I mean, once this Tristana's really starting to get to that point where it's just going to be a super carry. sitting in the back line firing away.
She really just needs that one more item, right? She has two items, the Storm Razor, she has the Rapid Fire Cannon, giving her some extra range in the first shot.
Yeah, you get that IE, and then you get a couple more levels, and you get that passive auto attack range, and you're just gonna...
Attack from the back.
Yeah, attack from the back, which is good, because that's where you need to against an Nasus who has a Frozen Heart and Wither.
Have to give it to this hero ward here on the Baron, really pointing out exactly where all of Team Scuttlecrab is. Scuttlecrab has a pink ward in there, in the Baron pit, but not in the optimal position.
Yeah. Jay doesn't know that he's just standing in it, or maybe he does now.
I don't think they do. They're just kind of going in.
Yeah, they're starting it.
Yeah, they don't see it. Switching over to the vision, they do not see that they're on a ward right now.
Oh, they're pulling off. They got the Shen TP for free.
Other than that, they're just kind of sharking the way around this. They see what's going on. They know that they're sitting in this bush. Ooh. Toxic Vezin walking in very deep. Oh, dodges the hook. Good dodge.
Yep. Good dodge.
Oh, let's hear, boys. It's winding down. We're gonna see some sick team fights coming up. Let's see it in chat. I want to see what do you want.
This is gonna be. Oh, the
coming out in right now.
Oh man, dynamic killer. That does not. That's not feels good, man.
Skyrock's finding himself in front, just popping that ult to allow himself to live a little bit further. But Darth's head walking up into the team. The full disrespect tries. Oh, gets the flashes.
No, Coolio GG.
They find the hero pull on Coolio GG.
That was a mess. That was super unfortunate. It was very close to being a big mistake for Scuttlecrab. And then JSF saved it all with a hook right there at the end.
And you have to give it to him. That was his legendary Blitzcrank, finding it at the right time, which Scuttlecrab seems to have been doing all of their pulls, all of their damage, just coming in at the right times. Sable knocking him back. Dynamic Killer finding himself a tough spot. That was a great engage from Timberland, but just no follow-up.
Yeah. No doubt. That did not go super well for Infernal, but went super well for Scuttlecrab.
And that seems to be the non-stop feeling of what's going on. Scuttlecrab just finding these miracle plays, somehow forcing teams to make these engages that seem perfect, but just outplaying it slightly to get themselves ahead. You got to give them credit. Whatever witch doctor they went to give themselves a blessing for this entire season, give me the number. Let me know how many things I have to really give to them. What do I need to pay for? They're just not letting him get this Baron. They're really trying to push him back here right now. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Darth's head finding himself very low. But blue team has stolen Baron Nashor. Well done by Sable. Really getting in there. And what they're trying to do is get Coolio GG out right now.
Oh my god.
Well done in their part. Wow.
Save as many buffs as you can right here. That was insane. Wait, I was looking at my other screen. No! That was insane.
You gotta give it to Sable. That man went in there and said, I'm not giving up this game. It's not over yet.
Yeah, I'm
Good job, Scuttle.
Baron.
Good job, but it's mine. Thanks for doing the damage. I appreciate you doing the work. It's mine, though. My team's getting it. We got 2 members now with Baron buff. They just have to make sure that they don't die. But Skyrocket's found himself in a bad position, and Coolio says, nope.
Yeah,
Back up. You're mine. Thanks for the gold. Other than that, pushing it back. That was good stuff. Coolio finding himself in the right place at the right time. Same with Sable. They're not giving this game up. What do you think, Icically? Are you hyped for this? Damn.
Yeah, I think they can. I think they got this comeback in store right now. I'm feeling it. I want this 1-1. Guess they're not even watching the game. Yeah, big mistake.
I just have to say, it was looking like Scuttlecrab, just like, oh, we got the kill. We're taking the Baron Nashor. And then Sable doing his best Will Smith impression is, welcome to Earth. You're not in the stratosphere.
I got that one too!
Oh my god!
He just walks in at the end and is like, thank you. It was at 100 health. Darth Head just needed that last auto, and he just weaved the smite in between them.
I didn't think he was going to go for it. I wasn't even watching. It feels bad, but Sable, good job, bud. I'm going to go back and put it on the highlights. When I rewatch the game, I'm going to go to Spectator. I'm going to put you up there just to let him know. Matching it up with his volume. Good job, Sable. The god in the jungle. Full steals. That thief is too hot. But other than that, Coolio GG just pushing it up a little bit. They're doing their best to push it back. Timberland finding himself in there. Oriana ult trying to do the extra CC to Timberland, but that's just not the target you need to use all your abilities on. Just kind of let him walk away. Save your ult for the things that matter.
Skyrocket's trying to pick up this kill with Darth Ted in the top lane.
That Withers just a little too much. Doing the ultimate. Misses the root, though. Endo gets the kill in the... They're just the go-ahead in the top. Darth Ted kills Shen, but then we have a team fight going on right now. JSF and Endo getting very low. Shut down by Timberland Gold. That is... You definitely wanted to put that on Sable, but...
The big TP coming in from Manassas here.
Let's see if he gets the cleanup here going on. He's looking for Dynamic Killer. He's just walking at him. Just ominously walking.
Yeah, and here's the
goodbye.
Here's the clomp.
Bam! Decane!
Decane indeed.
Hit some Skyrocket's not stopping right now.
He's not done though. He wants more clomping. It's clobbering time. And he gets another one.
That did not look right on my screen, but that was disgusting. They're just pushing into this.
Some heavy auto attack range. I think this is going to be the game.
Yeah, that's it. They really pushed him back. I'm not sure who gave the go-ahead, but they just pushed him in there. Give him the ending. Send us out in this game. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Sable trying to do the hero plays. Don't think it's enough, though.
Gets a stair gauge popped, but this is a formality, in my opinion.
Whew.
Just got to get that last item down to the bones.
My goodness, that was some. Both of these teams have to give them credit. Scuttle Crab takes the 2-0, but both these teams not worried at all about fighting just whenever it feels good. Just calling it both sides of the map, top side, bottom side. Get going. Icicle, finish this up with the summary and what you think about the game.
Yeah, that was you know, I was hoping to see a little bit more from Infernal. I feel like they coming into the matchup. Once the game started getting played, I could see that it wasn't going to go that way. But you know, for now, Scuttle remains undefeated, and which is all shaping up for my personal grand plan of Scuttle Crab going 12-0, and then meeting your boy Air Drakes in week 7, and getting completely decimated. So shout out to Team Air Drake, let's go!
Gonna get him. You heard the call out, so Scuttle Crab, you better keep yourselves undefeated until week 7.
Bring it on week 7. Undefeated until week 7. Let's go, guys.
Oh my goodness. All right, so now we got to figure out who we're going to talk about. Who's going in to talk about the Scuttle Crab 2-0, keeping it real for themselves. Keeping it very, very real for themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Played really, really well.
Yeah, who we gonna bring in? So other than that, I mean, we saw some very well played games. Just let me know who we're bringing in. I'll bring up the interview screen. We'll get it going. But other than that, I'm just.
Yeah, I need to go look. I've been keeping a list of who we've been interviewing. Okay, so let us.
Darted and Endo been interviewed. We got.
Yeah, let's get Aether Fox.
Yeah.
We could probably. Yeah, let's get Aether Fox. Yeah, let's get Aether Fox and Endo. I like it. We'll get both.
Bring him on in.
You know, it's like, well, they win every week, so we just gonna hear from all of them a lot, I suppose.
They better get their voices ready. Start warming up their voices. If they're gonna be winning every week, they're gonna have to start talking why they're king of the hill, top notch. But other than that,
yeah.
So again, you just all witnessed match 1 in week number 4 of the Rekt League. Scuttle taking it 2-0. Just feeling so good.
All right, I'm gonna pull those guys in.
All right, bring them on in. I'm just gonna give themselves a nice. Bringing it on in.
Where are we?
Scuttle Crab with the
Aether
2.
Fox.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello. And there we got Endo too.
Here's Endo.
Give him the hat with the little 2.
The
Oh
2
my God,
hat. You get the
fireworks.
crown, the golden 2-0 crown, the legendary 2-0 crown.
Blown
coming in.
away by these theatrics. This is such high
Fireworks.
production value, guys.
Oh my God, that's so good.
A couple weeks away from that Fig Newton sponsorship. I can feel it.
Yeah,
You know what? If you guys keep up, you might be the Fig Newtons team of the year.
Yeah, they might sponsor you guys. After
Just
this season.
Scuttle Crab just munching on
Delish.
these Fig Newtons during the river.
Sounds delish.
All right, so let's get it started. So we start off with game number 1. I want to start off immediately with the champ select. You guys doing your picking away. Tell me what you're thinking. You had the Graves contention pick. What were your thoughts going into it? How did it feel?
Well, we were actually thought that Graves was going to be banned game 1 because everyone's been saying, season 1 I was a J4 one trick, season 2 Trundle. Now this season I'm the Graves one trick. But we were surprised. We had something else in store, which we won't ruin our master plan. But we were not expecting Graves to be let up there, so we had to take it up.
And that it definitely worked out for you. I mean, you've been showing some mastery on Graves, and really well done.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest though, that game 1, Zabel is one hell of a lane opponent. That guy is a jungle master. I really, really enjoyed the challenge he gave me there.
Yeah, he is quite good. I definitely agree with that. Okay, so next question, Aether Fox. Why does everybody in the Rekt League bring Ignite on Oriana? What's going on there?
I think people just like big kill lanes in mid
Just-
lane. And
Just like killing.
you know what? Actually, I remember. Ignite, I think, is the only summoner spell that deals damage. More damage.
Right, yeah, more damage. Good point. Okay, that's fair enough. I love it. Cool. So, let's see. How was the So the first draft I really liked, and I guess we could have brought Skyrockets in and talk about this. Maybe you guys can attest to some of your draft. Your second draft looked to me like you picked 3 losing lanes. It didn't turn out that way. You guys executed really well. That was in the draft. I was like, what is going on here? So yeah, I guess I want to know, what was your thoughts in the draft for the second game?
Well, we want to start really diversifying our champ pool here. Every one of what's so great about Scuttle is any lane in any game can carry with us, which I love. So if we keep clicking the same stuff every day, I think it's a lot more impressive if we're able to keep winning with new champs every single game.
All right, I like it.
I think it was also a bit of we kind of wanted to show a couple more threats to throw off future bans a little bit.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Good answers. You got any others ready, Z?
Other than that, what I want to know is, going into that second game, you guys looking to pinch off Kulo GG. So when you look at the matchup, what was the first thing you thought of today? You walk up, you're like, all right, Infernal Drake, the other super powerful, very strong looking team.
Yep.
Where'd you start with? What was that? How did you figure out how to attack these guys?
Yeah, I could start with that. So for me, I definitely the league has definitely been getting a lot better junglers, but historically, jungling has been the weakest role in Rekt League. Going into Infernal, I was like, oh boy, I gotta actually put on my big boy pants because Zabel is so strong, and he's probably the only person who ganks as early and often, if not more, than I do. So that was my mindset coming into this. I'm not gonna just have to just be okay. I'm gonna have to be on top of my game. I think game 1, honestly, he did a lot better than me, and I was only able to come back strong in game 2. That was my mindset.
Yeah, definitely echoing that. I mean, I think the reason we kept alive, at least in the early game, is good callouts from Endo on where Zabel was, or where he might be, because a lot of those ganks could have gone sour for me in mid lane. The duo, Dynamic Killer and Zabel in mid lane, could have definitely gotten a lot more kills if Endo hadn't been more aware of where Zabel was.
Well, Aether Fox is a god. Gods are slippery. You can't
Making
get.
making the call outs, getting the call outs good.
The callback
Anyway,
to season
guys.
2.
Yeah. So I think that's probably it.
Yeah, I think so. The one last question I would have is, what was the hypest moment you had in your comms? What was the moment that you were like, yeah?
The loudest moment on comms was when Zabel stole the Baron, for sure.
Yeah.
It's like, they put the video on Facebook. No, I told everyone. I know I went 9-2 in that game. I felt like I was freaking 2-9. I was so upset that he stole the Baron that nothing else mattered in that game.
Yep.
Stole the dragon right after.
Yeah, this guy, unbelievable.
So other than that, that's it for me.
Yeah, I think we can wrap there.
All right, thank you everyone for watching. We're gonna be coming up next with match number 2, which is gonna be my team, Team Mountain versus Icely's team, Team Airdrake, the ones who are looking to knock Scuttle off their throne. But first, they gotta go through us. So let's do it.
First, we gotta go through a mountain.
That's right. All right, boys, don't go away. Thank you for watching, and we'll be right back with more Rekt League.